What's the scariest space fact mystery in your opinion? Mobile black holes. Here's one closer to home. The Kessler effect is the theory that a single destructive event in low Earth orbit could create a cascade where satellites break up into tiny fragments, taking out other satellites, breaking up into smaller fragments, and so on, until the Earth is completely surrounded by a massive cloud of tiny flying death shrapnel, which would make leaving this planet almost impossible. If you look up how much space debris there is already up there and how many satellites currently orbit, plus the continued growth of the commercial space industry, I think about it a lot. Moon's haunted. This visual. https u2.be/hv7q9 Verdbo. That either shows how slow light speed is or how vast space is, depending on which way you look at it. I've seen videos showing the scale of the universe before, but this one really hit home for some reason. The speed of light, the fastest speed possible, looks painfully slow when you look at it in the context of even a fraction of our solar system. Monsieur, we're stuck here, aren't we? Edit. This genuinely seems to trigger some people. So here's a warning. May cause existential dread. The Great Attractor. https en.monsieurwikipedia.org/wiki/great_attractor. A thing that affects the motion of galaxies for hundreds of millions of light-years. Vacuum decay. https cosmos-magazine.com/physics/vacuum-decay-ultimate-catastrophe is one of the scariest concepts to me. We don't know if it exists, and we won't know until it's too late. Ever gone on a road trip and hit a patch where you're just driving for hours and you don't see anything exciting? I've experienced this in Australia, Canada, and USA. All very large countries. Imagine doing that for years, traveling to another planet. On the surface of Mars right now is a blur. CD God help us if aliens find that first. Not scary exactly. More unfortunate, if anything. But we'll probably never be able to properly communicate with alien species, given the amount of distance between the planets of our solar system. I'd assume the distance to other universes and galaxies is too far to think about right now. If we receive and send a message right now, by the time we hear a reply back, we would probably be a completely different government and societal system. Monsieur, we would just be constantly introducing ourselves. Voyager 1 will outlive planet Earth. Edit. Wow, didn't expect this post would generate so much interest. Couple of clarifications. First, I was referring to Voyager 1, not 2, so fix that. Which is not to say that Voyager 2 also won't outlive planet Earth. Second, my source mentions that it is plausible to imagine that Voyager 1 will outlive our planet given how incomprehensibly vast space really is. You can watch the interesting and rather fun video here at https u2.be/pmmhfhwflqq. Gamma ray bursts. We could be hit by one of these with very little warning. And if it was reasonably close, in universal terms anyway, could wipe us out rapidly or cause a ton of damage. Dark matter, dark energy. The fact that about 95% of the universe is made up of matter we can't see or detect is pretty unsettling to think about. Also, while not a fact per se, I like to think that perhaps the answer to the Fermi paradox is that there are billions of advanced alien life forms out there, but they are physically unable to reach us due to technological limitations. Perhaps interstellar transport is only theoretical, and any aliens capable of reaching us are unable to do so in an acceptable length of time. Proxima Centauri may take 25 years for unmanned spacecraft to reach us, going 20% the speed of light. But perhaps it's impossible to transport actual life at these speeds without dying. So advanced civilizations have realized the futility of trying to contact other species and have simply given up. The Boötes Void, an area of space where there should be 50,000 or so galaxies, compared to other areas of the same size. But there's only about 60. Could just be empty space for some unknown reason. Or it could be an ever-expanding intergalactic empire using Dyson spheres. Also, I think it appears to be growing, but that could just be galaxies moving away from the void. Edit. So it turns out it's 2000, and obviously it's not gonna be aliens, but the theory is still cool AF. Honestly, my vote is for dark matter. https en.wikipedia.org/wiki/dark_matter. WPROV equals SFTI1. The overwhelming majority of matter in the universe is a complete mystery to us. I think it would be pretty cool if we discovered that it was matter from parallel universes that we simply can't interact with, and to them we are dark matter. I can't accept the fact that there is no end in space. But if there is indeed an end, then what's beyond it? I'm stuck in absurdity. Edit. In the numerous answers I've received, the one that seems to come back the most is the universe is curved. You would end up back where you started. Seems fair enough. Then again, that wouldn't mean there is no limit. On the contrary, that would just mean we are trapped in, or on the surface of, a sphere. But there is still a limit to this sphere. So the question remains, what's beyond it? Rogue planets. Planets that do not follow any given orbit. They may have been in an orbit at one time, but now they refuse to play by the rules. They were most likely knocked out of their orbit by another body. And now they are set on doing the same. Since the universe is expanding and stars and galaxies are moving away from each other, it's possible that civilizations that spring up in the far future with lonely stars will see an empty sky. Their civilizations will grow and learn, but they will never know the universe that once was. We live in a spectacular time period where we can actually look back in time and see the early universe. Future civilizations won't have that luxury. They'll believe that the universe is, and always was, dark, dead, and empty. Aside from their small island of light, I think everything is terrifying about space. And I fucking love it. But one thing that scares me a lot, it's if space is infinite. Imagine what kind of gigantic monster can be in there. The sheer distance between things. It's scary and somewhat depressing. There is literally no end to the universe. No matter how long we study it, there will always be stuff that we will never know just because of the vastness of space. What was before the Big Bang? I think it is just impossible for a human to comprehend pure nothing or infinity. I myself had a stroke at age 9 due to a ruptured vertebral artery and lost a third of my visual field. I can confirm that it is not black. A good analogy is it is like what you see behind your head. On the other hand, infinity is so large that if you spent your whole life writing a 1 then zeros on paper, that insane number would still be 0% of infinity. I just think there is no way to fully understand the universe, and there never will be. This is why even ancient societies explained things with gods, because they didn't understand how the reality we live in started, and I don't think we ever will.